What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's still doing well and staying safe and healthy out there. Today, I'd like to work on this recording. This is Lisa by Cannonball Adderley, and actually, it was written by Victor Feldman, the piano player Victor Feldman, who played in Cannonball's quintet for some years, but made of course made famous by Cannonball Adderley. And there's not very. I've tried to find other recordings by different artists, but there's not very many recordings outside of the Cannonball uh, quintet recordings. But it is a very hip tune. Um, I'd like to call it soul bop, which, for the sake of, I guess, Cannonball, he was more of a soul jazz player in his latter years, but he still could, bebop with the best of them, of course, because of Cannonball Adderley. Um, but at any rate, it's a hip melody. I want to go through it. It's one that I've been playing on the gigs lately, and I just want to show you all some nice and easy fingering, so that it's just another song to add to your repertoire of I guess bebop ish or soul bop heads. Which the more tunes you know, the more you grow. So here we go. Here we go. All right, so let's quickly go through this melody. For those of you all who are subscribed to my Patreon, I've included a lead sheet, so you can follow along with the harmony as we go through the melody too. Just so if you choose to go through and learn the chords, which I would encourage you to do so if you plan on playing it, because you got to know how to solo through it, right? So here we go with the melody. So I'm going to start on the C with my index finger. Let's get that. And one thing I would encourage you as you're learning these songs and learning these melodies, you can chop up different sections of the melody and just loop it. And what you'll find is that the more you do that and section it off, not only will you memorize the song faster, but you also will allow your fingers to come up with um, basically all of this is a part of learning the language of jazz guitar. So when you section off these melodies, you're just creating more facility and dexterity in your fingers to play these intervals. It's all about intervallic playing in any music, particularly jazz. You want to be as comfortable as possible jumping these intervals. And one way that I've found to progress in doing that is by taking the melodies, particularly bebop melodies or melodies that have a lot of intervallic uh, variation, and just looping it, just repetition, and just looping that particular section. So like that's a that's a really hip like line too that you can make, and it's a little challenging to make sure that you play it all clean, jumping around in intervals. So I would encourage you to do that as you learn it, if you particularly to help memorize the song. But anyway, here we go. So we're gonna go C, A, B flat, one more time, same thing. Then we're gonna go to the bridge. The bridge is gonna start. Then I'm going to jump up here, sweep. Then you're going to, once right here, down. Let's go over that bridge one more time. Right there, I'm just doing a hammer on. Then you're gonna go start on C. Once again, that's another little quick, just something to keep your fingers nimble. So as you can see on this bridge melody particularly, there's a lot of movement that the chords are changing, the harmony's changing. So of course the melody is jumping around, and particularly with horn melodies, you'll find that you have to jump around. You'll have some kind of awkward jumps sometimes, but it's just a part of learning bebop on guitar. For instance, learning bebop, well, like we said, soul bop, but same thing. Learning how to play horn-like lines on guitar is going to require that you jump around. So, and also these hammer-ons, jump and sweep. If you can imagine a horn player, same thing, you know. Then you're going to go down to the C. That's a little quick, kind of like a alternate piggy. I'm playing that. You'll find you'll hear George and other cats rattle those two note things. Anyway, that's the gist of that. One more time on that bridge. You can use a pinky, or you can use this ring finger. Might be easier to use a ring finger. Then you're gonna go back to, and that's the whole melody. So hopefully that helps. Just I would encourage you to go over that bridge. Particularly the bridge is tricky because you're jumping around. But take a look at the chord chart, the lead sheet that's attached, and as you play through the melody, you'll be able to kind of get an idea based on, you know, the chords. Because I always, you know, the lines make more sense when they're placed up against the chord shapes and the harmony. It'll also start to make sense in your mind as you create your own mnemonic devices and how you memorize these melodies. But hopefully that helps. That's Lisa, and if you have any questions or whatever, just shoot me an email or message me.